Okay, so my vlog for today. Well, where do I start? You have to bear with me because quite a lot happened today, and I have to fucking laugh about it, basically, because if I didn't, um, day started well. Got up early, left at 9 o'clock, which is the time I wanted. I knew it was going to be a long trip today because I needed to get from uh, Trilj, Trilj in Croatia to the capital city of Montenegro, and I had to go through Bosnia. So I started early this morning, everything was absolutely fine. Got to the Bosnia border, pretty good scenery, enjoying the ride. Went through the border, no problem at all. Carried on, went through a whole of Bosnia, and Bosnia is a strange place because you can see that there had been conflict there, and it's a developing country, let's say. And you'll be driving along, and you get the odd dog just wandering along the road, and um, fast. You go through a village, and then nice scenery, but there's nothing for miles and miles and miles, except an odd house or what have you. So you go for ages and ages without seeing anybody or doing anything except the odd car going past or what have you. So it's quite remote in places. So that was all fine, and I had a stopover, which I'll talk about in a minute, which was a highlight of the day on the spur moment. But before that, the drama. Arrived at the Bosnia-Montenegro border. Everything's fine. Got up to there, got off the bike, showed them the passport. Yeah, it's fine. Showed them the bike paperwork. That's fine. Where's the green card? What green card? Went through Bosnia, and before I say anything else, I do put it down. It's my fault. I should have researched it a bit more, I suppose. But I say that's naivety for you, not having done this before. So you live and learn. So before anything else is said, yes, nobody's fault except my own. So I get to the border, got off my bike, show the paperwork, blah blah. He said, "Where's the green card?" I said, "What green card?" So you need a green card to go through Bosnia. I said, "Well, I went through the Bosnian border two and a half hours ago. I stopped there, got off the bike. Nobody said anything to me about having to get a green card or anything, or having a green card at the checkpoint." So I'm thinking, oh, it's one of those countries where you don't need a green card, so my insurance covers it. So that was that. So he said, "Oh, you need to pull your bike over to the side there." And off he went, took my paperwork into the office. I thought, okay, maybe just checking the paperwork. You'll get a green card out, stamp it, pay me money, and that's it. Off you go. So he's dealt with another driver, an Italian driver. He's gone off, and the Italian driver didn't seem too happy or what have you, but I didn't know what they're saying because obviously not my language. So he then beckons me into the office, and you go into the office. There's one chap lying on a bed over in the corner. Another chap on a computer somewhere looking out the window and looking very efficient, and this chap who's dealing with me, he must have been in his say late 20s, quite friendly. He said, "We have a problem." I said, "Oh, what's the problem?" He said, "You don't have a green card." I said, "Oh," I said, "I didn't know you needed one." He said, "Yes, you need a green card for Bosnia for insurance." I showed him all the paperwork. I said, "Oh, what about this? What about this?" No. Then he said, "We have a big problem." He said, "It's very serious. You've been travelling through Bosnia without any insurance." I said, "Oh." I said, "What happens?" He said, "Well," he said, "you're going to have to pay a fine." I said, "Well, okay, that's fine. Fair enough. I've done something wrong in your country. I'll pay a fine." I said, "How much is it?" He said, "It's €80." I said, "Okay, I'll have to pay the fine then. If I've done something wrong, I've done something wrong. Fair enough." He said, "But you also have to leave your bike here. You have to go back to the first border in Bosnia and get your green card there." I thought, fuck, are you serious? And suddenly I thought, shit, and this border post is 20 miles from the nearest fucking town. It's like, if you can imagine one of these spaghetti westerns where there's just desert and crickets blinging and they're blistering hot. One of these spaghetti westerns, and it's a border post out in the miles of nowhere. I'm thinking, for fuck, I can't. So I'm thinking, I said, how am I going to get back? I said, "How am I going to get back to the first border?" He said, "You have to hitch with the lorry." I'm thinking, fuck. I thought, and then for a second it crossed my mind, fuck it, bollocks to him. I'm going to get on my fucking bike and I'm fucking off. I thought, they ain't fucking me over. But unfortunately, I thought better of it because I thought that could make matters worse. So they left me hanging on a thread then. I thought, oh, right, okay. So I was standing there thinking about it. I walked outside and sort of looked around. I thought, I went and thought I'd go and see if I could get some more paperwork. Showed that, no, still no good. He said, do you have a proposition to make? I said, yeah, I don't mind making a proposition. I will pay you a fine. He said, yes. He said, actually, he said, I understand your situation. I understand you don't want to travel miles and miles and miles around Europe and back to the border again and back again. All the fuel you're going to have to pay, all the bits and other bobs you're going to have to pay. It's a big problem, very big problem. So if you have a proposition to make and you would like to buy my boss a drink, then that will be fine. I thought, whew, I would have fucking paid him £1,000 to get out of that bloody place, I'm telling you. I was shitting myself. I'm thinking, oh my god, my bike's here, all my stuff's on the bike, I'm going to have a jump in a fucking lorry with some fucking lorry driver who hasn't had any company or any well, for ages. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so he said, I understand your situation. So they started to thaw. The boss, mind you, in the background, he was just like this, and I'm thinking, for fuck's sake, come on, Thor, please, Thor, be nice. I'm trying to be very friendly, going, I'm putting on my best ignorant face, and fucking, I had so many faces. Anyway, so he said, buy my boss a drink. I said, yes, that'll be good. So, €20. So I got me one. I said, not there. He said, come over here. So I go over a little bit further into the office and put £20 underneath some paperwork beside him, slip it under there, and then put my wallet back away. He said, that is good. He said, you go now. Whew. Whew. Then I'm on my bike. Fuck it, I didn't even put the fucking gloves on. Nothing. I just thought, helmet on. I'm out of here. You couldn't see me for fucking dust. I'm telling you, I'm sorry about the swearing. You couldn't see me for dust. And then I managed to pull over a little bit further, compose myself, put my gloves on, get everything else ready and what have you. And then 5 minutes down the road, there's some of the most beautiful, beautiful tarmac, freshly laid. Oh, it was like velvet. And then just round the corner, finish. And it was just literally, they're obviously doing the road up. It was literally not gravel, but like little rocks and what have you. It's like the thing between they put the it's like hardcore, and that was like that for about 4 or 5 miles. I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm going to have 40 miles of this. Jesus. And today was one of the longer trips today. I had planned to crunch some miles today. So for the next couple of days, it's not so bad. And eventually that passed. I'm thinking about it all the way, thinking, Jesus, how lucky am I? And I forgot to tell you, before I got from the Bosnian border you go through the Bosnian border after that trauma, then you've got a little section, and then you've got the Montenegro security. And I thought, and it did occur to me again for a minute, fuck, I'm stuck between two countries now. I'm going to go to the Montenegro border, and they're going to say, where's your Bosnian green card? Another fucking €20. Or you ain't coming in here and you can't go back there, so you're going to have to live for the rest of your life in between the border posts. Anyway, I pulled my bike over before I went through the next border and went to an office. No, you go, please. So I went to another room, went in there, and there's a lorry driver in there, and there's some bloke behind the desk drinking his can of lager and what have you with a fag on. So I said, get the green card here? He said, yes, you sit. So I sat. Anyway, €10, documents to him, he wrote all the green card down, so I'm covered. So when I get to the Albanian border, I've spoken to the owner here, he said, yep, that is fine. When you go to the Albanian border, before you cross into the Albanian border, check at both border posts for the green card for Albania, so you're fine, that will be okay. Anyway, so that's that drama over. So, going back to the lovely surprise, and let's look on the positives, because I'm not going to friggin' let that worry me. I'm going to go down and have some dinner. I've had a shower and I'm starting to feel a bit better about it, and stopped worrying about it, because salivate, I'm here, it's done. going through Bosnia, about 2 hours into my ride, I thought I need to stop now because I need to take on fluids, have a rest, and what have you. And just on the right hand side, I went past this right hand turn into this town, and I'll try and write up in the description what the town was. But it looks sort of interesting. So I managed to stop before the next junction, turn right, and drop into this little town, and stopped outside in this courtyard with a cafe and what have you. And I sat there, ordered a coffee and a Coke, and then I saw this couple go into this religious, looked like a religious area in this garden, this building, and start making gestures. But they had their both hands cupped like that, together, and they're sort of doing that. And then the woman did it, and then the boy did it, and then he walked around the corner and just like garden area. So I thought that's bloody interesting. I wonder why they're doing that. That seems a bit strange. So I toddled off round there, as you do, and looked to see what they're looking at. I thought, well, I can't see what they're looking at. I don't know why they're doing that particular thing. Anyway, at that point, they came out the garden. So I thought, I've got to ask. So I said to the chap, I said, excuse me, do you speak English? He said, yes. I said, I couldn't help but notice that you were doing gestures to this, these stone bits. I put some photos on the Facebook earlier of those stone bits. And I said, do you mind telling me why? There's either two answers. He could either tell me to fuck off, or he could have told me, or he could have explained to me. Anyway, lucky enough, he explained to me, and what they were Muslim graves, and they were paying their respects to the Muslim graves because one of the graves there evidently was the grave of a very he was the leader of the Ottoman Empire and the whole of Bosnia and Herzegovina, or whatever that area, whatever it's called back in the Ottoman days. He was the leader of all that, and because of his status, he was given this particular monument. Not every grave has that. So that was very, very interesting. And chatting away to him, they were from Sarajevo, and I said, "Oh, thank you." I said, "Can you explain all that in a video to me?" So he stood there whilst I was taking a video. Unfortunately, it was so hot that the video wasn't working. The phone was saying, "Your phone is overheating." So I had to stop that. Went into the cafe, let the phone cool down. Came back out, and they were sitting at a table. So I thought, could I ask to take a photo with you? So when I'm explaining this, people will see who I've actually been talking to. They said, yeah, no problem at all. And after that, they said, come and sit down and talk to us. And these couple were from Sarajevo, and they left before the conflict which they had 25 years ago, and came back afterwards, and they were chatting to me about how difficult it was and how bad it was. And I asked, well, these buildings around here in the square, which again there's pictures on Facebook I've put up, is that all bullet holes? They said yes. This where you are now was one of the main areas of the ethnic cleansing, and that is because it is a mixed community of Christian and Muslims. And I said to them, I thought so, because as I was driving through there, I saw a couple of brand new churches and a couple of brand new mosques. So I thought there must be Christians and Muslims in the same area. And they were telling me this is one of the areas where there was that very bad conflict, because the Christians from Croatia and want to get rid of the Muslims, ethnic cleansing, and Croatia. So Croatia also wanted a bit of Bosnia as well. And although it's 25 years and the past is the past, in that particular area there is still quite, how can you explain it, bad blood, I suppose, and there would be. But you could see that this was a very bad area of where the fighting was, because every single building was shot up. So yeah, they're very, very, very lovely couple. They said, this is my name. Their names were, bear with me a second, Adin and Mary, and they gave me their telephone number, and they said, if you are ever in Sarajevo, you stay with us and we show you all the sites. They said, which way are you coming back? I said, I'm not sure. They said, if you come back through Sarajevo, ring us and we will meet you and we'll show you all the monuments around Sarajevo. Let me just show you the. He wrote his name down and his telephone number. Hang on a second. Now that's pretty cool, isn't it? Absolutely blown away, and they were chatting away about the history of Bosnia and stuff, which was very, very interesting. So, to finish with the day, so many things happened today. It's unbelievable. I'm fine now. I'm a bit more chilled out. I'm gonna go down and have some food. The place I'm at the moment is clean, tidy. The owner is absolutely a gentleman. Anything I want, he'll help me with. So that's my drama for today. Hopefully, I'll do another one tomorrow. But the signal, can't use a telephone here because it's out of the European zone. So tomorrow, off to the capital of Albania. What can happen? I don't know. Let's wait and see. I just hope the border crossing isn't like the one before. So I will be a bit nervous when I get there. But hey, you've got to do these things, haven't you? Okay, speak to you again tomorrow. Bye bye.